Reliability matters more in 2026 than it ever has, because SUVs are packed with tech, priced higher than ever, and way less forgiving when something goes wrong. Some brands are building tanks that'll run forever, while others are quietly rolling out time bombs wrapped in fancy screens. This is Scott from CarLandTV, and if you want an SUV coming in 2026 that won't have you living at the service desk, this list is where you start. But first, do me a quick favor. Tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now let's get back into it. 2026 Lexus RX. Service writers love new tech. Owners don't. That's why the 2026 Lexus RX stays such a safe reliability pick, because it's built around proven Toyota and Lexus hardware, instead of chasing weird, fragile experiments. When somebody asks me for a luxury SUV that won't turn into a monthly appointment, this is the one I keep landing on. Pick your flavor, and it stays straightforward. RX, 350 runs, the 2.4 Turbo 4 at 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet with an 8-speed automatic, and it feels smooth and consistent in daily driving. RX 350 hours goes with a 2.5-liter hybrid, making about 246 horsepower, and it's the quiet, efficient, always-ready version that shines in traffic. If you want the fast one, RX 500 hours uses a turbo hybrid setup at about 366 horsepower and 406 pound-feet, and it moves like it's not supposed to be this calm doing it. The plug-in RX 450 hours Plus is the sleeper for value if your commute is short. It's rated around 38 miles of electric-only range and about 85 miles per gallon equivalent combined, so errands can happen without burning fuel. It'll still run 0 to 60 inches roughly 6.2 seconds, so it's not some slow eco-box either. Owning an RX is usually boring in the best way. Hybrid systems from Lexus have been refined forever, and the RX tends to avoid the expensive surprises that hit a lot of European luxury SUVs once miles stack up. Keep up with fluids, tires, and brakes, and the car just keeps showing up ready to work. No cap, that's the whole win. From here, dropping into the all-new 2026 Toyota RAV4 makes sense, because it's the same reliability mindset, just aimed at mainstream money instead of luxury pricing. 2026 Toyota RAV4. Walking into 2026, the all-new RAV4 is basically Toyota saying, "We're not messing around with half measures. Every trim is hybrid now, and that's a reliability move as much as it is a fuel move, because the lineup gets standardized around one proven 2.5-liter setup and an eCVT-style transmission that's been refined for years. Power is up, not down. Front-wheel drive hybrids land around 226 horsepower, and A bumps it to about 236 with an electric rear motor. Efficiency climbs too, with Toyota targeting up to about 44 miles per gallon combined on certain trims. For day-to-day driving, that means less heat, less strain, and fewer hard shifts, which is exactly how you keep a commuter SUV happy long-term. Cabin tech improved, but the controls stay simple. Price went up because hybrid is the default now. Hybrids are expected to hit dealers in December 2025, and Toyota even keeps the AWD upcharge simple, since it's just an added rear motor too. Toyota's base MSRP starts around $31,900 before destination, so real out-the-door shopping starts in the low 30 seconds even before options. The plug-in hybrid version is coming after, expected to show up in spring 2026, and pricing usually lands later because Toyota knows demand is strong when electric range is involved. Ownership is where the RAV4 keeps its name clean. Regenerative braking helps pads last longer, the 2.5-liter engine runs a conservative tune, and the hybrid battery system has a long track record in high-mileage Toyotas. Keep up with oil, filters, coolant, and don't ignore tire rotations, and this thing will just stack miles. Next up, the 2026 CR-V, because Honda chases the same buy once, keep forever buyer, but does it with a different driving feel and cabin layout. 2026 Honda CR-V. Honda's CR-V keeps showing up on reliability lists in 2026 because it avoids doing dumb stuff. No experimental engines, no overcooked tuning, no tech that feels rushed out the door. It's built around systems Honda already understands, and that's why owners aren't constantly chasing warning lights or software updates. Most people land in the hybrid, and that's where the CR-V really makes sense. The 2-liter hybrid setup puts out about 204 horsepower and runs smoothly in traffic. Around town, it stays quiet and relaxed, and on the highway, it holds speed without hunting or whining. Real-world fuel economy hangs right around 40 miles per gallon combined in front-wheel drive and just under that with all-wheel drive. That's solid efficiency without turning the car into a slow appliance. Daily use is where this thing earns trust. Cargo space sits near 39 cubic feet behind the rear seats on gas models and still clears the mid-30 seconds on the hybrid. Fold the seats, and you're in the mid-70 seconds, which is more than enough for family trips or work gear. Seating position is upright, visibility is clean, and the ride doesn't beat you up on broken pavement. It feels calm, not floaty. Honda kept the controls simple, which matters long-term. Physical buttons still handle the basics, the infotainment responds fast, and the driver assist tech stays in the background instead of fighting you. Automatic braking, adaptive cruise, and lane keep are standard, so you're not climbing trims just to feel safe. Ownership stays predictable. Routine maintenance, reasonable tire sizes, and no weird drivetrain quirks. That's why CR-Vs rack up miles quietly and keep resale strong. From here, the list shifts towards Subaru, because the Forester approaches reliability from an all-weather, all-road angle instead of efficiency first. 2026 Subaru Forester. Snowy mornings, wet highways, sketchy dirt parking lots behind a trailhead. The Forester is built for that kind of normal life in 2026. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive is the big reason it stays on the reliability shortlist, because the whole lineup is engineered around the same traction setup instead of mixing and matching drivetrains across trims. Less variety usually means fewer surprises down the road. Under the hood, it keeps the simple 2.5-liter Boxer 4 at about 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet, paired with a CVT that's been in Subaru's ecosystem forever. Fuel economy sits around 26 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway, and the range is solid enough that road trips don't feel like a gas station tour. Power is steady, not exciting, but that's the trade most Forester owners actually want. What makes it feel dependable is the day-to-day packaging. Visibility is excellent, the seating position is upright, and cargo capacity is legit. With the rear seats folded, you're up around 74 cubic feet, which is huge for a compact SUV. Ground clearance is about 8.7 inches on regular trims, and the Wilderness steps up to roughly 9.3 inches. Plus, it's the one that can tow up to 3,500 pounds, thanks to extra cooling. The other trims are more like 1,500 pounds, so matching the trim to your use matters. Safety tech is baked in, and it's the stuff that prevents accidents, not just beeps. That's part of reliability too, because avoiding crashes is cheaper than fixing them. From here, the vibe shifts toward on-road refinement, because the next pick, the Mazda CX-5, wins people over with a tighter, more premium feel, while still staying in that dependable ownership lane. 2026 Mazda CX-5. 5 years into ownership is where a lot of reliable SUVs start telling the truth. The CX-5 is one of the few small SUVs that still feels tight and put together when the miles stack up, and that's why it belongs on a 2026 reliability list. Fewer moving parts, fewer weird gimmicks, and a drivetrain that's been around long enough to prove itself. Powertrain choices stay simple. The standard 2.5-liter 4 sits at about 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet, and it's paired with a real 6-speed automatic. No CVT heat soak, no rubber band feel, just consistent shifts. Want more shove? The 2.5 turbo jumps to up to 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet on premium fuel, or about 227 and 310 on regular. That torque shows up early, so passing and short on-ramps stop being a whole event. Standard all-wheel drive in the U.S. is a value win because it keeps the lineup straightforward. Fuel economy stays reasonable for an all-wheel drive-only setup, usually mid-20 seconds combined depending on trim and engine. Ride quality is controlled without being harsh, and the steering has enough weight that it doesn't feel like a video game controller on the highway. Cabin durability is a big part of why I trust it. Buttons where you expect them, a layout that doesn't force you into menus for basic stuff, and materials that don't feel trashed after a couple of summers. Cargo space is practical too. Roughly 30 cubic feet behind the rear seats and just under 60 when folded. Towing is modest at about 2,000 pounds, but that's fine for small trailers. From here, the list swings into heavier-duty reliability with the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser, because that one is built to take real abuse without falling apart. 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser. Trail rigs usually come with trade-offs, but the 2026 Land Cruiser is built like somebody actually expects it to get used. Full-time four-wheel drive is standard with a 2-speed transfer case, and the off-road tools are real, not stickers. Crawl control is there for slow technical stuff, and a locking rear diff is part of the package, so traction doesn't disappear the second a tire gets light. Power comes from the iForce Max 2.4-liter turbo hybrid, and it's a strong combo. I mean, it has 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque. That torque hits low, so it moves off the line like a bigger engine without needing to scream. The 8-speed automatic also helps, because it feels normal on the street and doesn't do that rubber band thing people complain about. Fuel economy is solid for a body-on-frame SUV too, sitting around 23 miles per gallon combined, which is honestly impressive for something this capable. Towing is another reason this one lands on a reliability list. Properly equipped, it's rated at 6,000 pounds, so boats, small campers, and utility trailers are all on the table without white-knuckling every hill. Ground clearance sits in the ballpark of 8.3 to 8.7 inches, depending on spec, and the approach and departure angles are legit for stock form, so it isn't dragging its face the moment the pavement ends. The reliability angle is simple. Toyota kept the drivetrain conservative, tuned for durability, and the hybrid system helps smooth out stress in daily driving. Maintenance still matters, though. Fluids on time, keep the cooling system happy, don't ignore tires, and it'll stack miles like it was built for it. Next, I'm switching gears to the updated Subaru Solterra, because EV reliability is a different game, and 2026 is where that model finally gets serious. 2026 Subaru Solterra. EV reliability is a different conversation, and the 2026 Solterra finally fits it. No oil changes, no transmission to cook, no exhaust junk waiting to fail. What matters here is battery management, charging behavior, and software stability, and Subaru cleaned up the stuff that made earlier versions hard to recommend. For 2026, the hardware changes actually matter. Battery capacity bumps to about 74.7 kilowatt-hour, and usable range jumps close to 280 miles depending on trim and driving style. That alone changes how livable it feels. DC fast charging now supports up to 150 kilowatts, with real-world 10 to 80% times hovering around half an hour when conditions are right. Battery preconditioning is baked in, which means winter charging stops feeling like punishment. Subaru also moves to the NACS plug, so road trips stop being a scavenger hunt for chargers. Power is no longer sleepy. The standard dual-motor setup makes around 233 horsepower, and the new XT trim jumps to about 338. That puts 0 to 60 inches the low 4-second range, which still feels wild for something built around traction and stability. All-wheel drive is standard, and X-Mode stays in the mix with snow and dirt settings that actually help when conditions get ugly. Inside, the updates are practical, not flashy. A larger 14-inch screen runs faster, physical climate controls are back where they belong, and dual wireless chargers mean phones stop sliding around. Long-term ownership looks cleaner because wear items are limited to tires, brakes, and suspension.